Everyone, welcome to Ask Jeffrey Live. I'm Jeffrey Payne, and I am running to be your next governor. We're very excited. We have a lot to discuss today. Remember that you can always either type your question in on the side, and I will happily answer any questions you may have, or you can email AskJeffrey at jeffrey@jeffrey4texas.com. And remember, the 4 is always the number 4. So again, thank you all for joining us today. We had a busy week. Let's see, we've not only been traveling, we have been to Quitman, we've been to Tyler, we've been to, I can't remember, I'll be honest with you. We've been to so many places, but we're having a great time doing it and a wonderful time meeting each and every one of you. But the highlight of the week was we had our debate at Southern Methodist University, SMU. And I want to thank Matthew and all of the groups that came together in which to bring that to all of you out there, because it was the one and only debate that we've had during the primary season. And it was an incredible time. We got to share where on many issues we actually all agreed on, but you also got to see our differences. And I'm going to brag a little bit, but the audience was polled and we actually were declared as the winner of the debate. So we were very excited about that. And I want to thank everyone too who actually did come out to the debate. We had the equivalent of a monsoon happen that evening. And we had a lot of flooding going on, but a lot of people still said, flood or no flood, they're still coming out and came out to support us in the audience. But then as well, for those of you who had to stay home because of that, you were watching live via live feed. And there were quite a few people there, if I'm not mistaken, who were actually filming it and broadcasting it live. I know on ours we did, as well as many other. And so, again, thank you all for coming out. I really enjoyed it. I actually went back yesterday, or it may have been Wednesday, I can't remember, and actually watched it again myself. And I was very pleased with how it went. So again, thank you so much. Steve, you're not in the car. No, I'm not in the car. I know, isn't that odd? Y'all have my car memorized by now. But no, I am here at the campaign office here in Dallas. And excuse me, there is just, I'll be honest with y'all, there is so much going on. Early voting, as you know, started last Tuesday. I did vote on Tuesday. And I encourage everyone, if you're able to early vote, please early vote. The lines are not long at all. You can get in, get out, and get on with it and know that your vote has registered. But again, if you'd like to vote on election day, that is on March 6th. And we are actually having our watch party on March 6th right here at our headquarters here in Dallas at 6510 Abrams Road, Suite 100. We're on the first floor. You can't miss us when you walk into the building. And there'll be music playing. We have food. We'll have drinks, non-alcoholic and alcoholic. And we encourage and invite each and every one of you who would like to come out and be a part of our watch party, because we believe there's going to be a lot of cause for celebration that night. So please come out. It starts at 7, although the polls do not close until 8 o'clock on March 6th, because El Paso is in Mountain Central Time. So they don't start releasing results actually until 8 o'clock once the polls in El Paso close. But again, we're very excited about it. We'll have TVs up. We'll have, again, food and drinks and lots of conversation as we wait and watch those numbers come in. So thank you very much. Let's see. Matthew, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Kyle, thank you for joining us as well. I watched that video and you were clearly the best speaker. Well, thank you, Claudia. I appreciate that. Met you at Foddy's. I think I said that right. In January, and voted for you yesterday. Yay. Thank you, Renee. It was great when you came to see us in Fort Bend, Sugarland. Well, actually, this morning, I will let you know that my campaign manager, Christopher, is speaking with, and I'm not sure who he's speaking with, about us revisiting Fort Bend on March 4th, I believe, which is that Sunday, correct? And so we're very excited about that. So we will actually be coming back to Fort Bend. So be looking for us. Once we solidify the where and the what time, we'll get that posted on our website, as well as create a Facebook event. And I look forward to visiting with all of you again. Kathy voted for Jeffrey this week. Well, thank you. Liz, hello, Liz. How are you? Good to see you online. I will say this, Liz is one of my regulars. Liz, if I'm on it, I think 1 a.m, Liz is going to pop in and say hello. So Liz, thank you very much for that as well. As you know, we do our random Facebook Live events when we, after we do like a rally or a meet and greet. And it's very exciting because sometimes it is 1 a.m. when we are driving to our next location where we have to be for the next day. And it seems that sometimes I'm like, well, I'll go online, we'll do a live video, but I bet no one's up at this hour. And lo and behold, there's a whole lot of people up. And they're asking questions, so, it's all great. Hello, Jeffrey. Glad I finally got you live. Yes, I'm glad. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Kimberly, Tuesday. Hey, Tuesday. Good to see you. So proud of your performance in the debate. Well, thank you. Thank you. And I can't wait to debate Abbott. I'm going to be real upfront about that. I cannot wait to debate Abbott. And that's what we'll be doing probably September, October-ish, later on this year. But I do look forward to that. And we'll see how that goes. So let's see, Liz, I love listening to what you have to say. Well, thank you, Liz. I appreciate that. And we've had, we just released a new video on women's rights. I encourage everyone to go onto our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. I believe it was uploaded to YouTube already, correct? Yes, okay. And my staff is all over there. So it's on our YouTube channel or it's on our Facebook as well. And please log on and look at our new video. I'm very proud of it. We also have one coming out on, I believe it's education and immigration. Yes. So those will be released over the next couple of days. So we're very excited about that. And but again, you can early vote through March 2nd, which is next Friday. And Friday, the polls are still open for early voting. And then if you don't early vote, then your last chance is literally March 6th, which is the day of the primary. So, but again, if you can early vote, it's best to early vote. They have already started looking at numbers about the number of individuals who are voting Democrat versus Republican. And in some cases, the Republican numbers are up. In most places, they're down. But the Democrats, as Dan Patrick said, I believe it was Dan Patrick said that we would crawl over glass. Was it Dan Patrick? Oh, it was Ted Cruz. Oh, even better. Ted Cruz said that we would crawl over glass in which to get to the voting stations. And he is correct. We will crawl over glass. And obviously we are, because our numbers are up across Texas. And so that's what we need to do. Keep the momentum going and speak with your friends, speak with your family, speak with the person at the grocery store standing in front of you in line. Speak to everyone and get them out to vote. And so we're very excited about what the numbers are going to look like. So keep going. All righty. Oh, you requested a mail-in ballot, but you never got it. Ooh. But you're still going to vote, correct? You're going to vote in person? And I'm sorry you never got it. I will say that when we were in, where were we? San Antonio, wasn't it? Yeah. It was in San Antonio. They actually showed us one of the mail-in ballots. And I'm going to be real upfront with y'all. If I didn't know it was a mail-in ballot, I would have thought it was a piece of junk mail. Just the way it looked and the way it honestly looked like a piece of junk mail. And so I'm afraid that some people may have actually received it and thought it was junk mail and threw it away. I'm not saying that's what happened with you. I'm just saying that unfortunately, I think some people may have thrown them away, but hopefully that will not stop people from, if they didn't get their mail in, to at least still go and vote. So, and do it in person. So, Kelly, thank you for joining us. Dawn, when I went to vote in Corinth, I was going to put one of your signs out. Apparently, there is a sign limit of 2. The Republican greeters pointed out that there were R&D signs on the ground that the city removed. I took 3 of them to Lake Dallas and put them out there. Well, thank you so much for doing that. We do know that our signs were actually taken up in some other counties. Christopher is actually looking into that, my campaign manager. And he's actually looking into that because the only signs that remained were Republican signs. But the Democrat signs were actually taken. And our signs actually have the word Democrat written on it. And they got picked up, and along with some other signs that were for Democrats. So my campaign manager is actually working on that. So, but they can take all the signs they want. We're just going to go right back out there and keep putting them on and putting them in the ground. So let's see. I've been checking every piece. I'm going out to vote, not to worry. Okay, well, good. And I'm not saying that it happened to you with the that you accidentally threw it away. It's just that I know some individuals, because they spoke with me about this when we were in San Antonio, they did not realize that it was actually a mail-in ballot, and they threw it away thinking it was junk mail. So I thought that was unfortunate, but they still said they were going to actually go out and vote. So I was glad to hear that, and I'm glad to hear you will as well. Let's see. Pat, agree. I was looking for mine. So the first time in 12 years, I recognized my mail-in ballot. Okay, very good. And thank you, Pat. Stephanie, good afternoon. Oh, good afternoon to you as well. Kelly, thanks for you and Lewis helping get registered. I was able to vote. Oh, well, good, Kelly. I'm glad you were able to vote. Thank you today for all the birthdays. Yes, and y'all, it is Kelly Hall's birthday. So I'm going to treat all of you to me not singing. So, yes, everyone in the office just clapped. I'm not going to sing happy birthday to you, Kelly, because I want you to have a good day, and I don't want to ruin it by you having to hear me sing. So that is my present to you, Kelly, not having to hear me sing. And thank you. And there's no signs for you made in Travis County. Well, we sent them down there. Unfortunately, in Travis County was one of those counties where a lot of our signs got picked up. So if you'll let us know, when do we head back down to Austin, Lewis? Wednesday. We'll bring some more so we can get them back. We can get them replenished. Dawn, you did have 2 signs up in Corinth. Well, thank you, Dawn. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see, guys, when you put a Payne yard sign out, be sure to photograph it and post the image. Oh, yes, please do. And tag us because we're actually putting a whole collage together of where these signs, when we get the photos of the signs. So let's see, Steve said, okay, I have missed a few live broadcasts, so you probably have already addressed this. Given the horrific events in Florida, what is clearly turning into an anti-NRA tsunami, that is very true, how would you as governor take action to protect our kids from this terror? Well, first of all, we actually need to, we need to ban military-styled weapons. We also need to ban the accessories that could make an otherwise non-military style gun into a military style gun. We need to also look at the number of rounds that a gun can shoot before you have to reload it. We also need to do universal background checks. We also need to, bump stock, that goes back to the accessories that make a gun more automatic in the way it acts, in the way it shoots. And then what we need is just some common sense firearm control. We need education. We need to make sure that guns are registered. And, you know, I always tell people this may not eliminate, events like this. Bad people are going to do bad things. But if we put some common sense out there, at least we can lower the chances. just like we do. I do more to get my car registered and have the privilege of driving a car than we do with guns. And so we need to actually just take some common sense style proactive measures so that this doesn't happen. And also in speaking with teachers, oh, and by the way, someone asked me this morning, do I believe we need to arm our teachers? And the answer is no. No. I was reading a study, and trained officers who, this is what they do for a living, their accuracy level in the heat of the moment, if there is a reason for them to pull their gun with an active shooter, their accuracy is only 18%. Now then, we're going to then load up all our teachers with guns, supposedly. This is what someone's suggesting. She or he does not have the full training they need in a situation like that. And you're going to have, let's say, 40 third graders screaming and yelling out of fear if something were to happen, and the teacher's supposed to pull out her gun and start shooting. I don't believe that the answer to firearm safety is by giving everyone a gun. That's ludicrous to think that that's going to help. However, in speaking with teachers have spoken about how, one, if they could actually, there's a bar that they can put on their door, and pardon me, that actually secures the door, and you can't get through the door at that point. So an active shooter, would not be able to get to that classroom or to that room that individuals are in. It's less expensive than providing a gun for everyone. It makes the classroom and the school more safe. And so I do want to promote that over loading up our teachers with guns. I just don't think that's wise. So thank you. Let's see. I'm reading, y'all. Let's see. Posting your signs around Puffin Stuff, South Houston. Thank you, Lisa, and all around my neighborhood. I check them daily. Tell Lewis hello. Well, Lewis is actually on with us, but he's sitting over there. So Lisa says hello, Lewis. So Josh, thank you for joining, and it was wonderful to see you last night. Thank you for making it out to see us. It was really good to see you. We were in Quitman last night, and Josh came out. Lewis just yelled hello to you as well, Lisa. Some Republican signs seem misleading. Well, maybe they're not putting that they're a Republican on it. Is that what you mean? On all of our signs, we put Democrat. I put Democrat on everything. I'm proud to be a Democrat, and I want people to know that when you're voting for me, you're voting for a Democrat. So I believe that if you're a progressive Democrat, you own it. You own who you are, and you don't try to mislead people. I do want to let y'all know that this evening in Denton, at the Denton County Brewery Company, correct? Yes, at 7 o'clock? 6:30. Will Fisher and I are having a Get Out the Vote rally, and it is being joined by, I don't know how many. I mean, it's numerous candidates. No, they added 4 or 5 more. So I want to say like 9, 10 other candidates will also be there. We have a large number of people coming out. I do invite all of you that are able to make it to come out tonight. Again, it's at Denton County Brewing Company. It's on our Facebook, 200 East McKinney in Denton. So please come out and join us. I'm really thrilled to partner with Will Fisher and to get out the vote and get people excited. And actually, I don't think we have to work real hard on getting people excited. Everywhere we go, the Democrats, they're excited, and it's wonderful to see that. So but yeah, let's all get together tonight. It's, in the first week of early voting, and come have a beer with us. I'd love it. And if you don't drink beer, well, you can have a Coke. All right. Kelly, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. Claudia, thank you for joining us. Kelly, Kimberly, or Tuesday says happy birthday. Yes, you can go to our website, jeffreyfortexas.com, and you'll find everything you need about our campaign, about myself, about our policies, the merchandise, contributions, you name it, it's there. All of our events are also there. So I have to hand it to my team. I have an incredible staff, and I'm so proud of all of them. And they have really worked hard, and it's paying off. And our campaign is, I'll be honest with you, I believe we have the best gubernatorial campaign out there right now. And I owe it to my staff. I really do. I really, really do. I'll send you my address and I'll go place them everywhere. Okay, very good. And we'll put your car sign in there too, Kelly. Sorry about that. I know. It seems like every time we would go to see Kelly, we would either switch cars or we forgot to put or move his back window sign into the vehicle we were in. So, Kelly, we will get that for you. Gage, thanks for joining us. The voting results for Tuesday and Wednesday showed that Dallas, Tarrant, and Travis were higher turnout for Democrats than Republicans, which is great news. It is incredible news. Very excited about that. Collin County is lagging way behind. That I did not know. I did not know that Collin County was lagging. We need to get people to get out the vote. This Collin County will be a battleground in November. Yes, it will, Simon. And Simon, good to see you. And it was good to see you last weekend. It was last weekend. It was good to see you and actually get to meet you in person. But yes, we need to work on Collin County. And Simon, I know Christopher, my campaign manager, is also watching this, and he's making note of that on how we need to work on Collin County. And we need to work on Collin County now. So we'll see what we can do to get out the vote there. Josh, thanks for traveling the state, listening to hardworking people, especially in East Texas. Of course. And we are listening to Texans all over the state. And we just rolled over, was it 28,000? We're now over 28,000 on my car. Yeah, I am definitely going to have a new car by the time this campaign ends. So, which I'm excited about. I'll probably just get the same car, just a newer model. I love my car. So, all righty. Everything you said last night about education reform. This is from Susan, y'all. Love everything you said about last night about education reform in Texas, last night in Quitman. Yes. I'm spreading the word amongst the teachers in my family and asking them to spread the word. Well, thank you so much, Susan. I truly appreciate that. And yes, I believe in everything I said last night. We've been saying the same thing since last July when we first announced, and we're very excited about our message. And I can't wait to get to Austin as your governor and start putting these things into play and actually bettering our educational system, because it needs some help. And I think that was an understatement. NRA conventions are gun-free zones, but they want guns in our schools. Thank you, Kathy. Yes, and I will say, and Hardy, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't the NRA going to have their convention here in Dallas, and Dallas told them to go away? We'll see. Okay, so it's not a definite thing yet. The mayor pro tem said no, but we'll see how that goes. But I want to congratulate them for standing up and saying no, not in our city. So I want to thank them for that. And Carol, hello, Carol. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. Stay hydrated. Yes. Lewis is really good about that. He makes sure that I always have something to drink, and as we're on the road and everything, he's always the one that when we're at our rallies or at our meet and greets or forums, he's always the one that walks up to me with water. So, but yes, he does take care of me. Let's see. Steve, there is a church in Pennsylvania that has asked its parishioners to bring their AR-15 guns to services so they can be blessed. Seriously? So they can bless the the AR-15. Okay. Okay. You know, every day I wake up, I think, I've heard it all. And then I realize I haven't. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yes, I don't see Republicans on any signs or ads. Probably because they're afraid. If you're not seeing Republicans on their sign, they're probably afraid because they know a blue tsunami's about to hit. And they, so they may not want to identify as a Republican. I have noticed that Republicans are using liberal as a bad thing. Drives me nuts. Yes, I know. They come up with little names for individuals who are liberals. You know what's interesting is I'm a progressive Democrat, and you know, yes, I'm the one that's out there saying we need to legalize recreational and medical cannabis. I'm the one that's out there saying about our firearm control. I'm the one that's saying we need to refund Planned Parenthood. I'm the one that's, you know, saying the things that a progressive Democrat should stand up for. And you know what's interesting is I don't have to put any of my personal beliefs to the side because I actually believe these things. I don't have to say, well, I don't agree with it, but I'll advocate for it. Or when I get to Austin, I'll make sure it happens. I don't have to say that. I believe these things. I believe what I say. It's in my heart. It's in my mind. It's in my soul. And that's what you need to ensure that you're going to have someone down there who is actually going to advocate for these things because he honestly believes them. And that is who I am. So someone asked, oh, will Lupe be in Denton? Actually, no, she's headed to California today, if I'm not mistaken. She's speaking to the California Democratic Party. So she is not here. That's her decision. I know that I'm running to be governor of Texas, so I need to be present in Texas, but that's my take on it. And she obviously has a different take. So that's her campaign, that's her journey. But no, she will not be in Denton. She will be actually in California. So thank you for asking that question. So let's see, what else have we got going on here? Let's see. Oh, okay. Matthew, thank you for that question about Denton. When you're in Austin Wednesdays, it's something we can attend. What do we have when we're in Austin on Wednesday? What is that we're doing?
We are at the...
Lewis is looking into that. Hold on one second, Amy, and we'll see exactly what the event is.
It's our event. It's the Voter Roundtable.
Oh, it is our event. So yes, you are able to attend, and it's free of charge, just so you know.
And it's for Travis County and surrounding areas.
Travis County and surrounding areas.
And it is at the Hyatt Place.
It's at the Hyatt Place. Is that where we had our first one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it's 3612.
3612.
You're better now, see.
Oh, Tudor Boulevard in Austin. It's called the Hyatt Place, and it's on the first floor. It's in their meeting room. It's where we held our very first rally that we had in Austin, and we're headed back there. We've been there so many times now. But yes, Amy, you are more than welcome to attend, and we would love to have you there. And we're very, very excited about being there on Wednesday. So yes, but it should be on our Facebook and on our website if you want to go check it out there and get the address and the times and everything. So Debbie, thank you for joining, and Debbie, thank you, and Sergio both for coming to, and her Sergio, not my Sergio. But thank y'all for coming out and being a part of the debate on Tuesday. I really appreciate that. And let's see, Vicki, yes, I'll be there. Can't wait to meet you. I already voted for you. Well, thank you, Vicki, and I look forward to meeting you as well. Will Fisher and Jeffrey Payne, two great candidates to vote for. Thank you, Simon. I appreciate that. Carol, applause, applause. I too am a proud Democrat. Anthony, thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Simon says, to you, Matthew, Lupe is still in hibernation. I'm just reading the comments. Can't wait to meet you tonight. I already voted for you. Thank you, Vicki. Stephen, thank you for joining us. Stephen needs a yard sign. Stephen, if you will email field, F-I-E-L-D, at jeffreyfortexas.com, and the 4 is the number 4. And that's Lewis. Lewis will arrange, because I know you're local, he'll arrange to get you a sign. So, and thank you for that. I appreciate you needing and wanting a sign. But again, that's field at jeffreyfortexas.com, and Lewis will make the arrangements with you and making sure that you get that sign. So thank you. Deborah, thank you for joining us. Alex, thank you for actually campaigning and showing up, unlike some candidates. Yes, that is a huge part of campaigning. If I want to be your governor, I have to show up. And, you know, because as your governor, I have to show up. And if you're not going to show up during the campaign, you have to question, are they going to show up as your governor? When you win, what will you do with your businesses during your time in office? Actually, our businesses will, all of them, will be run by, we already set in place the secession plan so that when I do win, we know exactly what we're going to be doing as far as how they're going to be run. The accounting, an accounting firm will come in to handle the accounting. The management, we've already hired all the management we need. They're currently running the businesses anyway. So that's what we were doing with the businesses, because I'm not going to have time. So we've already set that into place. People are already in place. There's a few positions that we still need to fill, but they're lower level type positions just to ensure the smoothness of the operations of all 5 businesses. But we'll do those after the primary. But other than that, the businesses will be run off to the side. They're going to be run on their own. My involvement in them will be basically non-existent, except unless I have to sign the tax return or something. And that's about it. My mom, okay, this is Susan. My mom was so glad to hear you speak last night and now sold on you. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. The photo we got with you makes it look like we are trying to kidnap you. Well, I thought the photo was great, but thank you, and it was wonderful to meet your mom as well. It really was, and that was a great crowd last night. It really was. Lewis and I were talking about that when we left. That it was just, you know, you could feel the energy, you know, and you could feel the desire of proud Democrats sitting in a room, and the desire to get out there and make 2018 the year that Democrats finally returned to state office, and that was wonderful. So let's see. Simon, that's why it's so important to get enough Democrats in Washington to repeal the Citizens United ruling so that no corporation or organization can buy our government officials. And that is very true, Simon. We need to do that. Businesses and corporations are not individuals. They're just not. And we need to, in order for that not to happen, we actually need to pass the laws so that that does not happen or continue to happen. So, Kevin, thank you for joining us. Let's see. Hashtag go blue. That's right. Alex, you're funny. Let's see. Alex also says Lupe doesn't campaign. Simon, y'all, I'm behind in my comments. I'm sorry. Jeffrey Payne worked for all Texans and not just the rich Texans and corporations. That is very true. And understand that our campaign is funded by you, Texans. We don't take super PAC money. We don't take special interest money. We don't take corporate money. We take money from, and we accept money, from individuals within Texas. Now, I do have personal friends, because I believe in full disclosure. I do have some personal friends, one in California, one in Washington State, and two in Arizona who have contributed to our campaign. So, but they're friends of mine. They wanted to contribute. They can't vote in Texas anyway, but they still stepped up and contributed to our campaign. All the other donations. Oh, and my family up in Maine. I'm sorry. They also did make a couple of donations, and I appreciate that as well. But to that end, our contributions actually come from Texans, just like you. Is Lupe running in California? That's a good question to pose to her campaign Tuesday. Early vote for you in Houston. Now don't wait. I agree. We were talking about that when we first started our Ask Jeffrey live show today. And if you can early vote, it's better to early vote. Then that way it's out of the way. And if something were to happen on March 6th, where you got sick or got the flu and you couldn't get out, make sure you vote and vote early when you know you're healthy and you can get out there and actually do it. And you avoid the lines. Let's see, Carol. And let's see, maybe that church is blessing the AR-15s before they destroy them. We can hope. Cherie, or is it Cherie or Sherry? I apologize. I think it's Cherie. You have my vote. Well, thank you, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. Let's see. Amy will look there. Oh, good. And Amy, please, if you can come out in Austin, please do. Would love to answer any of your questions, meet you in person, and so on. Monica says, hello, Lewis. Debbie's laughing about the Sergios. Yes, Debbie is dating a young man named Sergio, and then my husband's name is Sergio. So when Debbie and I speak, we always have to, it's either my Sergio or her Sergio, or we get confused on which Sergio we're speaking about. So, question, okay. Would we be okay in voting a straight Democratic ticket? In November, yes. Unfortunately, you can't in the Democratic primary because everyone's a Democrat. But I believe your question is in November, should you vote straight Democrat? This is the last election, the one in November, where you can vote straight Democrat. They took that option away from 2020 on. And so this election in November 6th, will be the last time you can vote straight ticket, where you just hit the button at the top, or you ink in, if it's on a piece of paper, straight ticket Democrat. So yes, I believe it's more than fine in the general election to vote straight ticket, and I actually encourage that. Vicky, you, Will Fisher, and Beto need to go out on the road together. Yes, that would be a great trip, actually. But I believe Will doesn't need to cover the entire state, but in his area, I would be happy to. Well, obviously, because we're having our get out the vote thing tonight, event tonight. So, and we were with Beto in what city did we go? Wharton. We were actually with Beto in Wharton. It was 27 degrees. With the wind chill, it was 17 degrees, and it was outside in the pavilion with about 40-mile-an-hour winds, I believe, if not higher. It was a little chilly, but that was good. Also, I want to remind everyone that this Sunday at Ojeda's on Maple Avenue in Dallas at 1:30, myself and Cedric Davis have agreed to do a fundraiser for mine is, we picked two charities. He picked one and I picked one. And I'm going to have Lewis look up who Cedric's charity is. I can't remember which one he selected. But it's a fundraiser. It's $2. And it goes to the charities that each one of us have selected. So if you're able to make, and it's sponsored by WIT, and I want to truly reach out and say thank you to WIT. If you're not a member of WIT online on Facebook, go to What Happens in Texas, look that up, and like the page, and then you'll answer, I believe it's just a couple of questions, if I'm not mistaken, and then they will approve your membership. And Cedric is his for the Sunday event at Ojeda's at 1:30 in Dallas on Maple Avenue. Cedric picked the Martin Luther King Center, and I picked the Texas Scottish Rite. It's the Children's Hospital. And so those were the two charities that each one of us selected, and the money that is raised will be split evenly between those two charities. And I want to say thank you to Cedric for agreeing to do this. Here we are in the middle of a primary season, and yet, it speaks a lot to Cedric's integrity that he is going to take time off the campaign trail to actually do something positive yet again to assist individuals who are in need of help. So shout out to Cedric Davis Sr. I truly appreciate that. And Monica wants to know if we can bring more signs tomorrow night. Yep. I think he's already loaded the car, Monica, so we will bring those. Thank you for being so on top of your business ethics. Yes. And I believe as governor, I really can't run a business, much less 5 of them. When I'm your governor, I will be your governor. So thank you for that. How will you help kids in the foster system and orphans turn out more like you and less like the perpetrator in Parkland? What we need to do is we need to look at Child Protective Services. We actually need to fund Child Protective Services so that their workloads on the case management team is doable. It's not overbearing so that children don't slip through the cracks. We also need to ensure that those individuals who want to foster children and or adopt children have full access, and that we're not taking so long with the red tape in order to place children. But we also need to ensure that the social workers who are over these cases actually have the number of cases that are manageable so that children don't slip through the cracks. And we need, there's always that one out there, and I don't care which basket you're looking in, there's always one bad apple in any basket. But those individuals who want to adopt, those individuals who want to open up their homes to foster care are really good people. It wasn't that I myself lucked out and got the John and Karen, who are my foster care parents, and Miss Peggy was my house mother at the orphanage. I didn't luck out. These people exist all over, and they're incredible people. They have a lot of strength, and we just need to encourage individuals like them to continue to be a part of that process. And so I believe what we need to do in order to make it a successful program is to actually fund those programs. And so by funding them and then giving them the tools they need in which to do their job and do it successfully. So thank you for that question. That is something that is very near and dear to my heart, obviously, as someone that was in that same system. And that's why I'm so, for lack of a better word, hell-bent on ensuring that we keep families together with the immigration issue that we're having with undocumented individuals, and we're breaking up families. That just, as I said the other night in the debate, that is just one topic that pisses me off. We should be working towards uniting families, not dividing families. And as a society, I think it is, it's a horrible thing that we're breaking families up. And I'll leave it at that. I think everyone saw my passion on that topic the other night. And so, okay, Susan, after the primaries, will you have clothing and other merchandise available on your website? Actually, we will, and we currently do. what is it labeled on our, what, no, I have stuff here, but what is it labeled on the website? Merchandise? Like if you go to, if you want to purchase, oh, if you go to the contribute button, that's what it is. And say again? Oh, and it takes you to the store. That's what it is. Oh, okay. And then it says, would you like to look at the merchandise? And you click on that. So you go to contribution, then you go to store, and then you go to, if you want to look at the merchandise, and it'll list all the merchandise. Because we have t-shirts right here. We have hats. See, I'm not going to put it on. We have coffee mugs, and then they're blue inside because we're all blue inside because we're all Democrats. We have the tumbler, and we have yard signs, which is now being brought right behind me.
These are limited edition because they're not new ones.
Right, and understand that everything we have now, except even the yard signs, everything is being redone after the primary. So if you want this t-shirt or that sign or this mug that's blue inside or this hat, by the way, union, or if you want this travel mug or bumper sticker, our little bands that we have the big buttons. Yes, see, look at that. It says union. Can y'all read that? Is that showing up? Yep. So we're supporters of the union. But yes, everything's being retweaked after we win the primary. So if you want this merchandise, please log on and get it now because supplies are limited. They're flying out the door. So yes, please do. And Susan, thank you for that question. It is so refreshing to have someone with common sense running for politics. We are with you. Well, thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. And yeah, I believe common sense. We've been saying common sense since July when we first announced. And yeah, we need someone with common sense, you know? And thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Since Greg Abbott cut the funding to the department that studies school safety, will you refund them as well? Oh, you bet your butt I will. We never should have cut the funding that studies school safety. Things change over time. You know, what was an issue 10 years ago may now be an issue, and or may not be an issue anymore. We may have new issues coming up. So you have to keep that department going. You have to keep that conversation going, because if you don't, then things happen that are not good. So yes, Matthew, thank you for that question. Let's see. Shirley, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. We're getting vegetable stew today, aren't we? Vegetable beef stew. Yeah, they're bringing lunch for us today. I'm so excited because it's cold outside, and I love some vegetable beef stew. So I'm excited. Beto and Jeffrey and Kim, and I'm assuming you're speaking of the Kim Olson, who's running for Agriculture Commissioner. I love her. She is a fireball, let me tell you. And yes, I think the three of us on a road show, that would be a good meeting. That would be a really good meeting, a really good road show. So thank you. Getting ready to vote, researching my options, so many Democratic candidates. This is from Kathleen, y'all, which makes my liberal heart happy. What are your top 3 issues on your agenda if elected? Well, I'm going to answer your question directly with the top 3, but I do want to preface it with this. I believe all the issues are the top issues. I believe that as governor, you should be able to multitask all the issues to bring resolution to all the issues and all the issues that are facing Texas. But the top 3, education, healthcare, women's rights, and I'm going to throw a 4th one in there, immigration. But I also believe gerrymandering, criminal justice reform, political campaign finance reform, I'm trying to think of firearm control, infrastructure. They're all listed on our website, jeffreyfortexas.com, and the 4 is the number 4. And I encourage you to go on there. But if you want my top 3, it is education, healthcare, women's rights, and number 4, I'm going to go ahead and say immigration. So, but thank you for that. And if you have any specific questions, Kathleen, please feel free to type those in, and I will answer any question you may have specifically. Susan, I'm a member. It's how I first met you in Longview. It's wonderful, well-informed, well-run organization. Yes, it is. Thank you for your support of Texas Scottish Rite Hospital, of course. We actually took, for Halloween, we took a whole bunch of Halloween stuff. We had the bags, like what you go trick-or-treating with, and we filled it with like coloring books and colors and puzzles, and we took those all down there, and the kids loved them. They loved them. So that was a fun thing to do. Monica, yes, thank you for your support of the hospital. Susan, I'll take a look. Susan loved the coffee mugs, and they're really cool. I just love the fact that they're blue on the inside. That was my selling point. I mean, this is great, because, prized with Jeffrey Payne. I get that, but I really like it because of this. And my husband, Sergio, that's the only coffee cup he uses now. And Susan says, great, I come from a union family. Yes. And let me tell you, the hat was the hardest one to find. To find someone a union that actually made the hat and did the embroidery on the hat. That's what was making it so difficult. But we finally found someone, and we're very proud of our hats. So let's see. Thank you for supporting the unions. I just printed out the 11 by 17 2-page ballot. Yes. Now, I went in when I early voted, and we were on the electronic touch screens. And in my precinct, it was 9 pages long. It did take about 5 minutes to go through it all. But I do encourage you, just as you have done, print it out, make your selections so that when you get to the polls, it makes it a lot easier to just go through as you're going through the electronic screen to know what you're going to press. And ensure you don't make a mistake, because was I voting for this person or that person? So yeah, go ahead and fill out the pre-printed ballot and take that in there with you. I do encourage that. Margie, just coming in. Hello. Well, hello, Margie. Thank you for joining us today. They just let me know that we do not have a lot of t-shirts left. So if you're wanting a t-shirt, now's the time, because we are low on these, aren't we? Yeah.
I think I have maybe 4 smalls.
We have like 4 smalls left.
I think I have maybe 3 or 4 mediums, maybe.
3 or 4 mediums?
We've got lots of larges, extra larges, and.
But we do have more so on the largest, extra large, and 2XL. Okay. So, but if you're wanting a t-shirt, because these are going away after the primary because we're doing something different. So get to ordering. Thank y'all, and thank you for your support as well. Truly, thank you. That's what keeps us headed down the road, and another night in a hotel, and gas in the car, and a 5-hour energy drink for Lewis. Okay, I don't take that out of the campaign. I pay for it, but when you're driving as much as Lewis. So let's see. Thanks for answering my question. You had me at education. I have 4 children in public school system. Agreed. All the issues are important. Good luck today. Well, thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that. And I will say this was asked last night at the in equipment about vouchers. And I believe, and will always believe, I will never support the voucher system. It is a scam in order to provide basically a coupon to the rich. And I'm not going to do that. Not on my watch. Let's see, Susan, I believe the governor's mansion was completely renovated in recent years. Are your 11 dogs house trained? Okay. My entire staff just laughed. But it's a very good question because it has been remodeled and renovated. And there was also, during the renovation, there was a fire, and then they had to rebuild a lot of it. But yes, my dogs are house trained. And they are, I think they're just as excited as I am about moving to Austin. And yes, they are house trained. So thank you for asking. It'll be fun to have them down there. Let's see. someone just told me that there were not a lot of shirts left. And yes, there are not a lot of shirts left. And I think even the coffee mugs and the tumblers were running low on, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, you are a good doggy daddy then. Yes. You know, I absolutely, we love our puppies. And I always say they own the house. I just pay the mortgage. But they're an incredible group. They all get along. And I think it will be a lot of fun watching 11 puppies running around the yard at the governor's mansion during the day. And I think people will enjoy seeing that. Seeing some life back in the governor's mansion, you know, that'll be fun. And, you know, I will have to say that this entire primary season it's like upon us right now. And the voting has started. We're at day 4. Today's day 4. We're only, I believe it's 11 days now from March 6th. And the excitement, the just sheer excitement of it all, as we watch what our campaign has been doing and getting out there, and we feel like we're starting to peak, and not starting to peak, we're peaking. And the excitement from individuals and people reaching out to us who we never knew how they felt. We asked for their support, and when you find out that there are just large blocks of people that believe in our campaign, and that's truly exciting for us, and I believe it's exciting for Texas, you know, because you want someone that is going to go down to Austin and represent you, not just represent, you know, his 1% friends. You know, you want someone that represents you, and that's what you're going to get with me. So it's been a lot of fun, and again, thank you, David. Thank you for joining us today. Kevin, Kevin's headed our way. He's actually going to be providing food on March 6th for our watch party. And so, Kevin, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you. I believe it's at 1:30 we're meeting. Good seeing you too. Thank you. And I will be seeing you very soon. So again, we're down to just 2 minutes, but I wanted to go over a couple of things again. This evening, we will be at the Denton County Brewery Company in Denton, Texas. Will Fisher and I are having a Get Out the Vote rally, and there's a lot of other candidates who will be there from that area. So if you're able to make it, it's at 6:30, correct?
Yes.
Yes. At 6:30, come on out, be a part of the fun, and let's celebrate the primary season. It's going really, really well, and I'd love to see all of you there. Then on Sunday, we will be at Ojeda's on Maple Avenue in Dallas, and that's at 1:30, and that's a WIT event, What Happens in Texas, and it's being sponsored by them, but it is for myself and for Cedric Davis Jr. I'm sorry, Cedric Davis Sr. Excuse me. Sorry, Cedric. And where we are actually having a fundraiser for 2 charities. I picked one, he picked one, and that'll be a fun event as well. So we're taking time kind of off the campaign trail to continue to do good work for those who are needing assistance in our community. So if you can make either one of those, that would be great. And Simon will be working a polling station on March 6th. Well, when you're done there, if you can get down to where we are, to the rally, to the watch party, I'd love to have you here, Simon. And again, we'll have food and drinks, and we'll have a lot of fun. So I have just 7 seconds left. I want to thank all of you for joining us. Remember, it's early voting through next Friday. Then March 6th is the actual primary election day. Early vote if you can. Don't just make sure you vote. Make sure your neighbors vote. Make sure your friends and your family. Speak to as many people as you can, and let's really show them what a blue tsunami looks like. And let's go all the way to Austin with this. Let's go all the way to Austin, because that's our plan, and I know that's what you're wanting as well. So again, thank you for joining us today. Had a great conversation with all of you, and I will be seeing all of you on the campaign trail very, very, very soon, and all the way through November 6th. So y'all have a great weekend. Be careful. It's supposed to be raining still but be careful on the roads. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.